Hi people! What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up people? How are you all doing? How you doing people? Good to have you on the live show from the R4M Studios. No fear. I know if you guys are going to say we never even start show. Today now, hot. We're coming hot tonight, alright? Good people, how on a day? Fellow Nigerians, what's up? I hope you're not taking tablets like T-Pain. Just try to smile, right? Try to smile because God did your side, alright? God did your side. Like they like to say, like the popular saying says, that there's always light at the end of a tunnel. And be say everybody they work inside tunnel. I just be say, Hausa call them Zonzoro. Kagani Zonzoro, that's makeup. Zonzoro back over, Zonzoro. Zonzoro back over, Zonzoro. Hey. Window back over, window. Sometimes you wear window, ama back over a chicken. Kagani because of Zonzoro. Why do people do Zonzoro? Some do it to actually conceal what they are going through. But some people actually don't really conceal. It's because they understand that they have to keep an optimistic view to life because there's light at the end of a tunnel. All right, so it's a pleasant evening to you. I am Prolific. If this is your first time to our live show, then I want to say you are welcome to the live show. This is the R4M Studios. This is that very platform ready for marriage where we make meeting made easy. All right, we make meeting made easy, but beyond just making meetings made easy, this is that very platform where we give you the relevant knowledge that you need to stay happily married. All right, and of course, you don't just meet a person in a minute and then the next moment you want to get married to the person, right? So this is that place where we'll walk you through. All right, we'll walk you through what you need to stay happily married. But before you get happily married, you enjoy your dating phase, you enjoy your courtship phase. All right, so people, it's really a delight. It's really a delight. As if you've been following us, you will notice that we have cut down on the lives, and that's because we want to serve you better. We have a whole lot of other projects that's been upcoming and we've been working on. Just over the weekend we had Love Lounge. My God, we had Love Lounge, right? So if this is your first time, you can just do well to go on all our social media platforms and you get to see the videos, you get to see the clips, you get to see the pictures of how Love Lounge went. You know, some people actually got to meet the love of their life, and we really did have fun. And alongside fun, we also got to learn. We became better people at the Love Lounge. And the next Love Lounge is going to be next month, and we're going to be announcing the dates very soon. But for tonight, we have a very interesting topic. Yeah, very interesting topic. But before we go into the topic, I like to just go to face. Okay, let's start with YouTube. Let's go to YouTube and see what's going on YouTube. Do we have anyone on YouTube? And then before we go straight down, go down. You get life, why not they sing? You get life, why not they dance. Right. So yeah, I'm a happy man. You're not happy because everything is perfect. You're happy because that's the right posture, that's the right outlook, that's the right attitude you should have to get the things that you desire. All right. So okay, we don't have anyone yet on YouTube, so I'm going to go. I think we have someone already on Facebook. Yep, I think we have someone already on Facebook, and my gut tells me, I know who the first person is on Facebook. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the first person on Facebook is none other but Paul Toloronjo. If you're just joining us for the very first time, Paul Toloronjo actually is the KOB, the king of besties. Paul Toloronjo says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How you all doing? How you doing? Paul Toloronjo, is good to have you on the live show tonight, and I really hope you're going to have to share a few experiences of how you take scatter your relationship. We make you become king of besties tonight. All right. Paul Toloronjo goes on to say, This today topic no concern me. I no get plans to put sansan for person guy. But share your own personal life. How you take scatter your own by yourself? Abi? Na so. So, but I'm sure we're going to have a very wonderful time tonight. A very wonderful time tonight. I just want to notice. I just want to take notes of a few notices. This is Afro M Studios, and if you're joining us for the very first time, please, I'd like you to know that we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on where else? We're on To Go. We're everywhere, all right? So do yourself a favor, not just to follow us, but get to share this live video, please. Get to share this live video so other people who have never come across us can subscribe and get value for their time and their data. All right, so let's dive in straight to what we have for tonight. The topic tonight is best ways to wreck a good relationship. I love this topic, man. I love this topic. It says the best. It means there are some ways, then there are good ways, best ways. So tonight we're going to be looking at the best ways to wreck a good relationship. And someone might be wondering, how in the world do you have a very good relationship and then you are looking for the best way to wreck that relationship? How does it work? Like who does that, right? So there's this song that comes to mind, and the song that comes to mind is "It may be you, it may be I, it may be someone by your side." Some of you know that song, right? It may be you, it may be I, it may be someone by your side. So when someone wants to break up with you, usually they'll be like, the popular line, it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. So sometimes, in fact, all the time, something is breaking a relationship. It is either him or her, or it is you yourself, or it is someone by your side. All right. I know I'm using that song in a totally different context, but the point is there are factors, there are things, there are traits, there are behavioral patterns, there are attitudes, there are certain things that wrecks a good relationship. Now, are you supposed to wreck a good relationship? I mean, don't we all want to have a good relationship? Don't we all want to have a happy relationship? Of course we do. But you see, there's something called self-sabotaging. There are people who self-sabotage the beautiful thing that they have. Sometimes some of them don't even realize that they're self-sabotaging. Another way to put self-sabotaging is to say shooting yourself in your own leg, right? When you use your hand for your own Gary, right? That's self-sabotaging. Sometimes people don't even realize what they have until they lose it. So you will realize from this life tonight that there are certain things you have probably even been practicing that you didn't even realize was you self-sabotaging yourself. All right? So we're looking at best ways to wreck a good relationship. I just want to say quickly before we dive into what we have tonight, I want to quickly say to you that just because something is good or it looks promising doesn't necessarily guarantee that it is going to come out perfect. All right, just because something looks promising doesn't necessarily guarantee that it's going to come out perfect. All right, so you see, knowledge is the, what's the word now? Knowledge is the edge. Knowledge is the game, is the edge you need in this game. All right, so I'm back on Facebook and I have my very own person by the name Faith Moore says, "Good evening, everybody." She can't even blow inside. Hi Faith, how are you doing? It's good to have you on the live show. I don't miss you, Sha. All right, I don't miss you. All right, we also have. Okay, yes, we also have someone joining us. He is none other but Mr. Israel Olayemi. I don't know the meaning of that white flag sticker, Sha. That's usually after your name, Sha. But maybe you'll tell us for this life. But yeah, it's good to have you, Mr. Israel Olayemi. He says, "Hello, good evening, everyone." And Mr. Prolific, how you doing? Thank you so much. I am doing A-OK. How you doing, Mr. Israel Olayemi? All right, you're welcome to the show. So let's dive in to what we have tonight, okay? If you're just joining in, please do well to share Share. I don't want stingy people on this show. Share this video, alright? Share this video so we can have people get to subscribe and, like I love to say, get value for their time and their data. Best ways to wreck a good relationship. Some people are so adventurous that they are wrongly adventurous. Their energy is usually in the wrong direction. And then it was someone I listened to who said that invincibility, not invisible, invincibility is the luxury of the young. All right? Invincibility is the luxury of the young. Invincibility is the luxury of the young. When a person is very young, he or she feels that they have all the time in the world to go over trials and errors, try out a whole lot of stuff. And you don't know that as you try out a whole lot of stuff, you're burning energy, your body is wearing out, right? A whole lot happens, but invincibility is the luxury of the young. The older you get, the more you realize that you don't have all the time, the more you realize that certain things that matter to you as a young person no longer matters, the more you begin to streamline. So people pray for a good partner, but they pray for a good partner having a toxic behavior. Today we're just going to see just a few of those things that are habits, those things that are the ways that have wrecked very good relationships, all right? Some of them might be too personal to you. Some of them are even part of my life, right, that I get to share. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm not particular about mirroring perfection. I'm not so much about you seeing a perfect person. No, I'm not scared to let you know that I have flaws, mistakes, things I regret about. But at the same time, the things I know and the things I'm doing well, I want to learn every day to master those things so that I can do better and be a better person. And so today I might even get to share one or two things about myself, all right? So the ways that we wreck a very good relationship. The first thing I want to start with is the fear that pushes away. The fear that pushes away. Now, this particular thing, this particular trait or factor is something that a lot of people don't even know happens to them. And I happen to be one of those victims. I happen to be one of those people who pushed a lot of people away. I pushed a lot of people away without even realizing it. And why do people push people away? I mean, you tell everybody you like this person, then you get close and you begin to run away. Or you begin to intentionally do things that annoys the person so that the person will walk away. I hope you know that a lot of people don't want to be the ones to break a relationship. A lot of people want their partner to be the ones to break the relationship so that it will be on record that now you waka go. And that's for people who actually don't want a relationship. But the people who want a relationship and they realize it's a toxic relationship, they find it really difficult, right, to break that relationship. And I also hope you know that the person who breaks a relationship, right, doesn't feel less pain. You know, there's this notion in the mind that tells you that now the person where they serve breakfast, now they hungry pass. Now lie. The person who serve the breakfast, if they were really in love, is actually also struggling, but probably has thought about certain things and decided, you know what, this is the best way out of this, and then decides to serve breakfast without apron, right? So fear, the fear that pushes people away, and there could be a whole lot of reasons, right? This is me exposing, not justifying, all right? I'm not justifying, I'm simply explaining, not exposing, I'm explaining. So there is the fear. There are people that have the I think it's called philophobia, right? Yes, philophobia, the fear of commitment, the fear of love, the fear of proximity. There are people that they see their speckle. They say, oh man, the guy, and that's so I want my guy to be. All right? And then they finally have something that becomes a connection point for them. And after the first few calls, what happens is they begin to run away and they begin to ghost the person. Now, let me say this about ghosting. It's not everybody who ghosts. And please, let me say this again. I'm not justifying, I'm explaining, all right? They are not the same thing. I'm not justifying, I'm explaining. Psychology is the study of human behavior. Now, if you don't understand how a human being reacts or acts, you wouldn't know how to relate with that human being, all right? So I'm basically explaining. So it's not everybody who ghosts a person that is a player. It's not everybody who ghosts a person. There are people who genuinely love you. In fact, they want to spend the rest of their life with you. But there's just a fear. Sometimes it's past emotional trauma that has not been dealt with. Sometimes it's probably even how you sound that reminds them of someone. Sometimes it could just be anything. Growing up as a child, I think I've said in one of the lives, growing up as a child, I used to wonder, how is it that men are called breadwinners and you have to marry? First off, you have to woo a woman, you have to take her out on a date, and then you get married to her. Probably you guys live for the first 2 years without a child. You have to provide food, right? I'm not saying women don't provide. It's two ways. It's a two-way traffic, depending on how your marriage is. But let's just look at it traditionally speaking. So the man provides, the woman prepares, nurtures, and all that. And maybe the third year you begin to have kids. As a child, I used to wonder, how is it that a man provides breakfast, lunch, dinner for the rest of his life? He probably struggled providing for himself as a bachelor, and then he finally found his footing and he got stable, then he got married. But there are people, you see, just like I thought about it as a child, there are people who have such fear. I'm telling you, as baseless as you think it is, there are people who have such fears, and they just, when they just get that close to getting married, they just knock out. They just jump out of the relationship. Why? Because they're thinking, what if I'm not able to keep up? And you see, this is the reason why, before you begin to talk about a serious relationship, as serious as going into getting married to someone, there's a lot of mental work. I really find it so absurd, especially in our country, where people get married because they think they are of age. In fact, is there an age? I know 18, 21 is being an adult, but is there an age that says this is the age for marriage, right? What really makes you qualified to be married, all right? We have such on one of our podcasts you can check out, online. But what really makes you qualified? So there are people who have, in Nigerian term, of age, but mentally they are not ready. Now, there are also people who are not ready to share their spaces. So they are so introverted, they like a guy, but when the guy just gets serious with them, they can't imagine themselves sharing a house with this person or anybody at all. They like the feeling, they like the date, they like to hang out, see a movie, challenge. All right, and I told you guys I was going to be really real with you. I've had a health challenge for 11 years, yeah? I've had a health challenge for 11 years. And it took me having to talk with a friend to really realize that, guy, you people, but you keep pushing them away. Sometimes you don't push them away by self-sabotaging them, self-sabotaging yourself in the sense of probably saying nasty things so that they'll get upset and leave and break up with you. Sometimes you just ghost them, and many people do that because, and someone else told me this, and it really helped me. She said, it's someone I dated, and she's an amazing lady, very, very amazing lady. She said to me, Prolific, how is it that you asked me out, and I took my time to think about dating you, and then when I decided to date you, right, I came in with all of my mind. I was ready to go all the way with you. Then you are dealing with a situation and you feel I cannot handle the situation. You don't talk to me about it. You don't talk with me about the situation in your mind. Then you detach yourself and you decide on my behalf, forgetting that I decided for myself in the first place to date you. How do you not decide for me in the long run that you cannot handle what I'm dealing with? And for the first time, it made a lot of sense to me. You see, sometimes you think you know something, but you really don't know it, right? So there are a lot of people who, in fact, there are people who are presently married to somebody, and yet they are enslaved, they are emotionally attached to someone else because they ran away from the person. Some other people grew up without love, right? Some other people grew up in homes that they didn't enjoy parental care. So they now meet a man or they now meet a lady who showers them with affection, showers them with gifts, showers them with attention, uses endearing words. And you're like, hold up, I didn't sign for this, right? I didn't sign for this. Why? Because they didn't grow up with that. All right. But you see, it is not about where you're coming from. It's about where you're going to. And if you understand that you are headed somewhere, then you can't afford, there's a saying that says, you can't afford to keep your back on the background, something like that. So you're headed somewhere. But you see, understanding these fears helps you to now look at things squarely and tell yourself, I love this person, and I'm not going to wreck a good relationship. I'm not going to adopt the best ways, the best measures to wreck my good relationship, all right? So let me go to Facebook before I share the second tip with you. Let me go to Facebook. We have a few comments pouring in, all right? So Paul Tolorje has something to say. Paul says, well, I thought you said you were not saying anything, no. Anyway, it's a good thing you're saying something because you have experience with message. Okay, so Paul says, well, for me, I usually just walk out. If a lady didn't hear from me for about a week, either through a call or text, I don't waka be that too. Really? Okay. So Paul is probably saying yes, he feels the same fear or whatever. But okay, maybe we should talk about that sometime. I have done that. I'm a corporate. I've done that before. And I know people have also done the same. So before you point fingers, you say the point, you say you don't know to somebody. So yeah, sometimes we just walk out on people. It's really not the best approach. But sometimes it's pride. Other times it's not pride. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's that you don't want to hurt the other person's feeling. But what you don't understand is you are hurting the person's feeling even more, right? By just signing out, right? So, all right, we have from our baby girl, Goit. Goit says, good evening, RFM Studios. How you doing? What's up, Goit? Blessing. How you doing? She says, so I feel always being absent-minded with your partner constantly will wreck your relationship. Not keeping up with standards you set at the beginning of your relationship will wreck your relationship. Thank you so much, Goit, for sharing that. Thank you so much. That's very insightful. I'm going to take it again for those of you who are on YouTube and on Facebook. So I'm going to take Goit's comment. She said, good evening, Afro M Studios. How are you doing? So I feel always being absent-minded with your partner constantly will wreck your relationship. Not keeping up with standards you set at the beginning of your relationship will wreck your relationship. Two very, very powerful, profound things she just pointed out. I really don't get it. How is it that you don't see your partner for 2 whole weeks, then you guys finally get to meet? I mean, you should be excited. You should be all over each other. Then you see people who should be catching up conversations, gist, babe, let me gist you, that my friend. There's so much to talk about. And then you are pressing phone. Phone don't do people's strong thing. You're pressing phone. Or you are having a conversation with your partner. You're not pressing phone. You're having a conversation with your partner. But you're talking about your bestie, for those of you that have bestie in a relationship, it's not me that will help you tonight. We'll talk about you some other day. But you're in a relationship and you have another bestie, and for some reason, 10 out of your conversations, 7 out of your conversations is about your bestie. How you spend time, how your bestie is nice, how you were ill and your bestie cooked for you, and this. Let me not dwell on that. But yes, sometimes people get to meet and they're absent-minded, and you forget that we've said it over and again here on the live show that attention breeds affection. Affection doesn't just happen; it comes by attention. So how do you have a beautiful relationship that you don't nurture? It's not just about giving gifts in a relationship. It's about not even just being physically present. There are a lot of people who are in a relationship and they're physically present, but they are emotionally and mentally absent. There are people who are working more. They're physically present with their partner, but that's when they are working the most. And it's just a trait that could wreck a very good relationship you have. All right. So thank you so much for pointing that out. Also, it goes on to say that keeping up with standards you set at the beginning of a relationship, or not keeping up with standards that you set at the beginning of a relationship, can wreck your relationship, and that's so true. And one of those standards is if attention was measurable, right? If attention was measurable, and you were giving your girl, or the lady, you were giving your man 8 out of 10 of that attention, and you begin to drop it. I see this happen a lot of times where you say very nice things. Oh, this person is the love of my life. You travel 8 hours, 12 hours to go and I've even traveled out of the country to go and look for love before, but that's just for another day. You do all of these things, then in fact maybe the girl they give you face, then she finally begin they give you face, then you now decide, I've gotten what I want. I just wanted to break her. I just wanted to show that. Waiting, they form Bado. Then you're suddenly very busy. Before I get into a relationship, I will tell the babe, I dey busy. I dey busy. I get regular job. I get personal job. I get personal development. I get siblings responsibility. I dey busy, right? So it's good that people see you the way you are from the beginning, so they don't wake up to surprises, right? So you keep the standard, or better still, you improve on your standard of how you began, all right? So we also have Naomi Bamidele on the group tonight. Hi, Naomi